Welcome back to Telltale Books. I'm Greg. I'm going to be discussing in this video another recent romantasy story. This one that gets kind of racy, kind of spicy. Actually, very racy, very spicy. So this is definitely an adult romantasy. And it is book one in the Infatuated Fae series by Jeneane O'Reilly. And this isn't her first book, it is her second book. She did publish a previous book called Skullduggery in 2022. So How Does It Feel is her second book. And in book two of the Infatuated Fae did just come out. I've read it, and I will do a video on that one after this one goes up. Probably give it a couple weeks and then put that one up. To give full disclosure, I did not discover this book for myself and go, oh, I gotta read that. This is one of those where my good friend Samantha came to me and said, "Do you want Buddy read this with me? The second book is coming out, but you got to read the first book." She had already read the first book. You got to read the first book, and then we'll read book two together. So I did. I got a hold of a physical copy of the first book, which I don't have with me right now. I will put it on the screen. And we got the second book. It was released to ebook early, and she wanted to read it right away, so we both got the ebook. So I don't have the physical book of book two, which is titled "What Did You Do?" Like I say, this is a pretty intense series. It's very spicy, but the book and it is very porn. Get that out there right now. It is about a woman who um, gets into a circle of magic mushrooms, and she's a woman. She's tracking Luna moths, and she knows that they always congregate at this one park every year in Michigan. So this takes place in the state of Michigan, and so she goes there, gets a job there as a park person, and is able to spend her time cataloging different things and waiting for these Luna moths to come. And when she sees them, they come and they all congregate around this circle of mushrooms. And she steps into the circle and she falls through into another world. Says the portal fantasy. She falls through into another world and lands on top of an evil Fae prince. And this isn't quite like a typical Sarah J. Maas thing, because this group of Fae, they're evil, they're nasty, they're armed, they're out for trouble, and they think she's trying to kill their prince, so they right away murder her. She's dead. Or dying. She's not quite dead yet, but she's dying. But she's saved by a couple of foxes. And so she recovers and she goes off into this Fey world, and finds this prince again, because she's not sure what the heck's going on, why they attacked her. She wants answers, and of course, she's kind of attracted to the guy, even though this guy is completely evil. So what she gets, she gets into a romance with him, and what she gets into is a very dark, very bad romance, very bad role model for real world romance. There are guys like that. You don't want to be dating them. You want to avoid them. But as far as reading about it in a story where it's safe, yeah, okay. The the sex is graphic and explicit. The violence is graphic and explicit. But the story is fascinating very adventurous, very tense, constant plot twists. And I didn't see them come. A lot of times you can see them coming. Most of the plot twists I did not see coming. The author is very good at really throwing you and coming up with just completely new things. And she wrote a very good book. I would not list this as a top tale, but if you like romantasy and you like the spicy content and you like dark spicy content in your romantasy to break you out of your dull day of going to the office, then How Does It Feel will certainly do it for you. It is definitely recommended to anybody that loves that genre. And anybody that's just kind of curious about that genre, well, be forewarned. Be aware of content warnings if you have issues with things triggering you. But otherwise, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty out there, and it's pretty much keeps you glued to the pages. And it's an easy read, so it goes pretty fast. So I would recommend it to fans of romantasy. It's a good book. And I will be back for more with What Did You Do? Which was another good book. And yes, I probably will when it comes out. It's going to be a while before book 3 comes out, but when it does come out, I probably will read it with Samantha and I will review it here and tell you what I think. I hope the whole series is as good as the first 2 books were. But don't look for me putting this on my list of top 10 favorites. This definitely is outside of what I usually prefer to read. But I'm trying some new things, okay? We all should. We all should get outside of our comfort zone and try some things that we wouldn't normally read. You'd be surprised. Anyway, have you read How Does It Feel? Leave your comments about How Does It Feel, Jeneane O'Reilly, or your hopes for the future of the series. No spoilers, please, because it is a series. So don't tell people what happens in book 2. And come on back for my review of book 2, not too long from now, and all the other literary discussions that we have here on Telltale Books.